This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so yesterday we discussed about that roles, right? So anybody have any questions in the previous sessions? And I have said that GitHub repository where we are keeping that Ansible playbooks, right? And also I have said that these playbooks, whatever we are discussing in the class. So anybody have any questions? Okay, if we don't have, so we'll start that last topic in the Ansible dynamic inventory. So Pawan is asking, sir, how to delete encrypted key, sir? So we are not going to encrypt, just we are going to decrypt that one. Or you can reset the vault password using that rekey, right? We discussed it, na? Rekey. You can reset that vault password, or you can decrypt. Decrypt means we are disabling that password. When we are encrypting, that time we are going to give, right? Can do. So Tarun is asking, sir, what is the Apple release? So Apple is the one package manager, right? So it's a package. We have to install that one. Okay, then only we can able to get that Ansible software. See, before installing that Ansible software, first we are downloading that Apple and we are installing. Yes or no? In that package only, this Ansible software is there. Okay. Okay. So now we'll discuss about that dynamic inventory. Santosh is asking, sir, is Ansible Tower also important? Yes, Ansible Tower also important. But if you go and see, we have created one recorded video and we have uploaded in our YouTube channel. So Ansible Tower, it's a not open source and it is not free also. If you want to use the Ansible Tower, you have to pay the money, purchase the license, then we can use it. So the advantage of Ansible Tower is, see, currently what we are doing manually, we are through commands, we are running the playbooks, right? We can see that in which host it is running. So those things you can control from the GUI. So Ansible Tower will provide the GUI. Okay. So it's okay, but it is not a mandatory. But if you know, it is good to have. So recently, one guy called me, sir, I need some help on Ansible Tower. So in my company, they asked me to implement this Ansible Tower also. So better to go through that recorded video at least. Okay, in our YouTube channel is there. So just go our YouTube channel. So if you see in Ansible, click on playlist, you'll see that Ansible videos. Click on here. See here, Ansible Tower. Right. So just go through this recorded video. It's a 1.5 hour. Is it around? You can go through this video. Okay. Here we have explained how to get that key. Okay. That trial, 30 days trial is there. How to get that 30 days trial. So you guys also can get that 30 days trial and you can use it. Next 30 days, you can install the, you can use that Ansible Tower. Pawan is saying we can remove instance password option from all.yml. Means key will not work, sir. So in all.yml, you can keep that key that variable values, variable names and values, right? So you are saying that we can remove instance password. Yes, if you remove that instance password, that time you have to specify in which file. in host inventory file. So host inventory file, everyone can refer that, right? It is not a good practice to keep that sensitive information in the host inventory file. Clear? So instead of that one, we are going to keep that in all.yml. Okay. Okay. So what is the dynamic inventory? See, we discussed about so far static inventory. Static inventory. Static inventory means, so we are keeping that all the host information like IP address or host name in which file? What is the default host inventory file? Host file, which is available in the etc directory Ansible, right? So manually we are opening this file and we are adding that host information, host inventory, host IP address, or we are removing that host information, right? If it is required, we are adding. If it is not required, that server, we are removing. It is manually we are doing. Instead of that one, I want to get that all the host information dynamically. I want to get all the host information dynamically. Suppose some, I suppose I'm using that AWS account, right? So I want to get that all the running instances dynamically, and I need to use this host information to connect to that from Ansible server and to do some configurations, right? So dynamic inventory is a one script, right? So that script may be like it's okay. So dynamic inventory is a script. So that the script, maybe it's like a Python script, or you can write in YAML also, right? Or you can write a shell script also, right? So what these scripts are going to do? These scripts will get the host information dynamically from the AWS or Azure or GCP, Google Cloud Platform, or suppose assume your all the host information is stored in one database, in one table. So for that one also you can write a one script, shell script, connect to the database and get that all the host inventory details, right? So dynamic inventory is a one script. That script may be Python script, YAML, or shell script. So these scripts will get that host information dynamically, and we can use those in host information to do the configuration management. Instead of manually getting, we are going to get that dynamically, right? So for that one, you can use the Python script or YAML. So you may have questions, sir, do I need to learn the Python? No need. Already we are aware of this YAML, right? Okay, you can use this YAML and you can write that YAML script to get that all the host information dynamically. I will show you in two ways how we can get that all the IP addresses dynamically using this Python script or YAML. Okay, so if you want to use this dynamic inventory, what are the prerequisites? So the prerequisites is Boto, or we can call as Boto 3. It is a Python SDK. Python SDK for AWS. So SDK means software development kit. So this Boto 3 are the SDKs. Using these things, we can connect to AWS through programmatically, and you can get the information. You can do some resources updation also. So sometimes people are going to ask, sir, as a DevOps engineer, where we are going to this Python? See, so far, what are the tools which we used? For those tools to implementation, do we need the Python? Not required. Right. Suppose in the AWS, okay, Boto 3, Lambda, some services are there. If you want to learn those services, you should know the Python. Even in Ansible also, if you want to write that custom modules, you should know the Python. Otherwise, Python it is not a mandatory. But if you know, it is good to have. Okay. So sometimes the interviewer is going to ask, do you know the Python? No, just tell him. So I didn't get a chance to work on the Python, but I know the shell script. Using the shell script, I did that automation. But if you know, it is good to have, guys. Okay. So if you have time after completing this DevOps, okay, you can learn that Python also. Okay. It is a upskilling yourself, right? But now, no need. Once you'll get a job, or if you are working professional, so if you have time, you can learn this Python also. So some not working people, they are saying, sir, I don't have right now money. Okay, once you will get the job, you will get the money, right? Salary, you can learn it. Okay, but working professionals, don't waste your time. Okay, once this AWS DevOps Master Program is over, you can enroll for Python also. It is good to have, but it is not a mandatory, guys. Okay, so we'll discuss how to install this Boto, how we can use it. So Boto 3 is the one SDK. So like that, we have some AWS CLI, right? AWS API, AWS GUI. See currently how we are accessing that AWS resources through GUI. Yes or no? Directly we are logging to AWS admin console and we are accessing that one. Yes or no? But we can access the AWS resources through SDK, through CLI. So for this one, you have to install that AWS CLI one client software in your laptop. So however, we have installed that Git bash to connect to that Git to check out the code, right? Means to fill the code, to to update to push the code. We are using right like that AWS CLI one client tool is there. We have to install to work with this one. So that time we are going to execute only the commands. So through programmatically we can connect to this AWS resources and we can get that AWS resources information to create, to update, we can do it. Okay, so you guys are already familiar with GUI. Okay, so in AWS we are going to discuss about that AWS CLI. So now anyway we are going to use that Boto 3. Okay, so like that you can get that AWS resources information. So we mentioned right, we can write that YAML file to get the AWS EC2 instances details. So before that, I will show you. So already I have shared that some script. If you see dynamic inventory.py, so it is a one Python script. This is one Python script. If you see here, this is the shebang line, and this is the comment. See, shebang line should point Python installation part. So here, these are the comments, right? So these are the comments. So this is the keyword, import keyword. Using this import keyword, we can import these plug packages, right? See, bottom 3 JSON, because these modules, okay, we are going to use these modules. We are going to use in our Python script. So this is a one function. Okay, so in this function, what we are doing, we are using that for loop. Okay, so the for loop syntax is little different in Python, and if you see here, we are getting that instance names which are running. See, we are specifying that which are running state. So if you get all the instances, no need, right? Because suppose if you get that stopped instance details, can you able to connect to that instance when it is a stopped state? It is not possible. So that's why here we are specifying that the instances which are running state, the instances which are in running state. Okay, so we are getting that private IP address. So that is enough, right? Private IP address. Okay, if you see here, if you want to connect to that AWS instance, AWS account, first we have to generate the access key and secret key. I will show you how to generate this access key and secret key, right? So here, if you run this script, it is going to get that it will connect to that AWS account, and it is going to get that all the running instances information, right? So here we need to specify from which region also. Which region? See, currently we are in which region? Mumbai region. For Mumbai region, if you see AP-South-1, this is the region name. Okay, so Asia Pacific Mumbai is the display name, but actually we are going to use AP-South-1. That is the in API we are going to use it. Okay, so like that, here we have specified that US-West-2. If you see US-West-2, this one, US West California, right? So like that, if you observe here, we can see that region names. So from which region you want to get it, specify that region name. Okay, so you don't want to worry about this one. Here I don't know Python. Okay, I have written another YAML file, ec2 aws underscore ec2.yml. If you observe here, we are going to use that one plugin. Did you remember when we are discussing about that Ansible architecture? We specified that once if you install Ansible, it is going to have some plugins also along with the core modules, right? So this is one plugin name, aws underscore ec2. aws underscore ec2 is one plugin name. Okay, so just search in Google. Okay, aws underscore ec2 plugin. This one, this one, both are same. Okay, click on this one. Okay. To get the inventory host from Amazon Web Services EC2, we are going to use this one. So if you see, when we are creating that host invent this YAML file. So you have to give like this one, username dot aws underscore ec2 dot yml, right? So that extension should be aws underscore ec2 dot yml. So suppose I am going to create a one file called as inventory underscore aws underscore ec2 dot yml, or if you want you can give that like this one also, dynamic inventory underscore aws underscore ec2 dot yml. You can give like this one also, name. You can give the name like this one. So it should be like this one. It ends with aws underscore ec2 dot yml. You can create it. So there you can keep the script. See here we are providing that access key and secret key. I will show you how to get this access key and secret key. So you have to specify the regions. So here I am specifying that AP-South-1. From this region I want to get it. And see here I am specifying the filters. So here one filter I am applying, a running state. See, however, we are going to specify here filter. See, if you clear this filter, it is going to display that all the instances. See, some of the instances are running, some instances are stopped, some instances are stopped. So if you want to get that all the instances which are running, you can specify like this. See now, it is displaying only the instances which are running. Like that, here we are specifying instance hyphen state hyphen name running. Okay, so I want to get that with the tag names. See here, I have given some names, right? Ansible server, host machine 1, host machine 2, right? So it is going to get that based on this tag names. So tags that name, we have to give exactly like this one. So I want to get that private IP address. Okay, private hyphen IP hyphen address, and we need to return that one. So compose Ansible underscore host, we are going to add into here this particular parameter. Clear? So it's very simple, right? Compared to this dynamic this Python script, YAML file is very simple. Yes or no? It's very looks simple and easily you can able to understand also non-programmers also. Yes or no? Do we need any programming skills to write this YAML script? No, right? But this one Python script, sir, it looks very complicated, sir. After seeing this dynamic inventory.py file, I decided I don't want to do that DevOps course. So that's why I have developed that YAML script also. Okay. So if you are interested, you can use this dynamic inventory.py file. If you don't like the programming, so many guys hate this programming, right? So that's why we joined in the DevOps program. Na? Okay, so then you can use this one. It's very simple, right? So here, if you see, they are giving the all these parameters: AWS underscore access key, AWS underscore secret key, right? So all the information they're giving. They're giving. See filters. See, all the parameters they're giving regions, in which regions you need to get it, right? So and they're giving some sample script also. See here, right? You can specify n number of regions also, not only one region. See in our example, we have specified one region, right? You can specify n number of regions also, right? So you can get that tags that environment. So we can specify that dev environment, QA environment, like that, and also that filters. So right now we are getting that with the tag names, right? So here they have given some examples. You can go through this one. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a one file with this script. So, but first you have to get this access key, secret key. How to get it? Very simple. So just go here in AWS admin console. Just search with IAM. Click on IAM. Click on IAM. Once you click on IAM, it is IAM is a one service, guys. Okay. So click on users. So already one user has created. So if you want, we can delete it. Select that one. Okay. So just type that. See, to confirm deletion, enter the username in the text input field. So the username is Mithun Technologies. So then only we can see that delete button. So see, user Mithun Technologies is deleting. So now we'll create with the same name. So right now, if you see, there is no users. Users are deleted. So now we are going to create a one user with the name Mithun Technologies. Click on add users. Right. Click on add users. Give the username. So I'm going to give the username as Mithun Technologies. So here if you observe access key, programmatic access, password, AWS management console. See, you have in the real time, how many AWS accounts will be there in our company? Guys, only one AWS account. So what they are going to do? They are going to create the users and they are going to provide the access to that particular account. Okay, so anyway, we are going to discuss in detail in our AWS IAM service. So if you want to access your AWS account through GUI, we are going to select this one. If you want to access through programmatic, like you are writing some YAML scripts or you are writing from shell scripts, so that time you can select this access key. Suppose if you want both, you can select the both, and you have to generate that password. You can specify. So the username is this one, and the password will be this one, whatever you are going to set here, right? So if you don't want this one, now we don't want anyway the GUI access, just disable that one, just enable only access key. Just scroll down, click on next. So here if you see attach existing policies, see you are creating a one user, that for that user we need to provide that access also for AWS services, otherwise you are not able to access anything, right? So for that one, click on add, attach, click on attach existing policies. Here just search with EC2 space full. Okay, so it is not screen. Just search with Amazon EC2. This one, Amazon EC2 full access. Okay, so instead of giving full access, just you can use that read also. Read means just we can read the information, but you are not able to create, you are not able to delete it, the instances. So for our practice, just you can use this one. Okay, if you want, you can use this one also. Amazon is to read only access. Read only access is enough in our case because we need to get the information, right? Click on next, next. Okay, click on create user. Now see, this is the access key. Just click on this clipboard. Okay, and go and add it here. This is the access key. Click on show. Automatically it is going to select. Okay, right click, copy, and you can paste it here. So like this, first you have to generate the access key and secret key. Okay, now you guys are familiar, right? How to generate this access key and secret key. So now, okay, we are going to take this one. We are going to create. First, let me connect to this Ansible server. EC2. Click on this one. So it's loading. Oh, we didn't see. Some people are pinging me, sir. My instances are disappeared, sir. So it is showing that no instances. You don't have any instances in this region. Why? Check that whether you are in correct region or not. How? You can go here. This is the region, right? Asia Pacific, Mumbai. Select this one. So in this region we have created. So now connect to the server. So we have connected. Switch to the Ansible user. We have switched. So there you will see that playbooks. Just type cd playbooks. Okay. So now I'm in this particular directory. Okay. Here I'm going to create one file called as dynamic inventory underscore AWS underscore EC2 dot YAML. Okay. And type I, it will come insert mode. You go here, just copy paste this content. So already I have shared with you guys this script. Okay, so then save it, paste. Okay, then you can save it. So now if you want to run this one, okay, so if you want to run this playbook and to get that host inventory, we are going to execute Ansible hyphen inventory. So if you want to run a playbook, we are going to use that Ansible hyphen playbook. So if you want to create the roles, which command we are going to use? Ansible hyphen galaxy. So if you want to encrypt that YAML files, Ansible hyphen vault. So if you want to get that host inventory, Ansible hyphen inventory. Right? So these are the main 4 commands we discussed. Right? So these commands already we executed also. So this command we are going to execute Ansible hyphen inventory Okay, hyphen I, the inventory file name. So this is a dynamic, this is a custom inventory file, right? Using this one we are going to get, right? So already we know. So if you want to specify that custom host inventory file, we have to use that hyphen I, or you can use that hyphen inventory file. You can use hyphen I option, right? Or you can use that hyphen inventory file. In the day one, we discussed this one. Okay, Ansible inventory I. That file name you have to specify whatever the file name which we created, right? So it is going to give that all the inventory. Let's see whether it is going to work or not. So if it is not working, what error we are going to get, and see how it is going to work after fixing the issues. Okay. So sorry. Here we have to use that hyphen graph to display that one. Hyphen graph. Just you can execute this one. So we are getting that error. Error means like giving that warning. So fail to parse this dynamic this playbook with two with auto plugin. The easy to dynamic inventory plugin requires that Boto 3 and Boto core. So these are the plugins we have to install. Okay. So these are the Python modules. We can call this Python plugins. So we have to install. Already we mentioned here, right? So the Boto core and Boto 3. So these are the two plugins we need to install. Then only it is going to work. Right. Let's see how to install it. So if you want to install any modules, any plugins in the AWS, we are going to the pip3 Python install programmer, right? pip3 3 is the version. So if you want to install, specify that package name. So if you want to install in user level, hyphen user. See guys, if you want to install a package in the Red Hat, we are going to use that YAML. If you want to install that package in Ubuntu, we are going to use that apt-get or apt. If you want to install a modules in the Node.js npm, like that, here we are going to use that pip. Pip is a command, right? Package manager, which can be used to install, uninstall, update. So pip3 is the 3 is the version. So now just execute this one. See, it is installing. So if you see here, installed both 3.3 this one and boto core also. Now you can try to install that boto core. No need, because it's already installed. So if you specify boto core, it's already installed. Requirement already satisfied. And also you can upgrade that request one package is there. So if you want to update, okay, pip3 install upgrade request -, user. Just execute this command also. Upgrade. Okay. Install request. Sorry. Okay. So now it is the whatever the prerequisites we have installed. Now you can execute that playbook YAML file, not the playbook, YAML file. We can call as YAML file. So we are going to use that Ansible inventory graph, that YAML file we are specifying. So still it is saying that fail to pass, plugin supplied, invalid host pattern, ending in is not allowed. It's saying that some issue with our plugin AWS underscore EC2 access key, secret key, regions. So it is saying that invalid host pattern, plugin supplied. Let's see, follow our document. If I did any mistake, to work with AWS Dynamics Engine, we need to install Boto 3, Boto Core Python modules, and Boto Core. We have installed already Python. Upgrade requests. Okay, I think it is not happened properly. Did we issue? Did we install? Okay, upgrade. Okay, so we did that mistake. Okay. So now you can execute this one. Yes, see, now you can observe, guys. So here we didn't install this request. So small mistake here. Upgrade, spelling mistake. Okay, upgrade we have to use. Now if you observe, I got that dynamically all these information. See, Ansible server. This is the tag name we have given. Host machine 1, host machine 2. Remaining it is displaying. It is right. So now I'm going to rename that tag names. How I am going to change it? I am going to give like this: host machines. Host machines. This is the tag name. So this one also host machines. Right. So now under host machines group, it is going to display that two IP addresses. Observe here, host machines. It is displaying that this one, right? So by default, the key is that tag name is AWS underscore EC2. If you observe here, whatever the servers it has displayed here, the same servers it is displaying here. Okay. So now this assume this is one group, this is another group, right? So now what I am going to do, I am going to ping all the host machines, which are group name like this one, host machines. Is it possible? Yes. So now I want to ping all the servers. So for that one, usually what we are going to do, Ansible all -m ping module. This is the command which we are going to use it. Now in this case, what will happen? So whatever that host information is available in the host inventory file, that host file, those servers it is going to ping. Those servers it is going to ping, right? But my requirement is dynamically I need to get that host information, and those servers I want to ping. So for that one, we can use Ansible all -i -i and specify that YAML file name. So in this case, what will happen? It is going to get that all the host IP addresses dynamically, and these servers it is going to ping. Let's see. Now, once if I execute this command, how many servers it is going to ping? 3 servers, because only 3 instances are running in this particular region. Now, if you go and execute it, see, 3 servers it's pinged. Now, what I am going to do, I am going to create a one instance and I am going to give the group name as app servers. Just scroll down. Okay. Select. Okay. T to my. So I am going to use this DevOps MSS Smart Batch that PEM file, and it is going to create. So here I am going to give that app servers. This is one group name. App servers is the one group name. App servers. Okay. So now you can give, instead of all, can we specify like this one? So here we can apply the filter instance state equals running, only 4 servers. So here host names, host machines, can I specify like this one? One second, still like this one. Yes. So now if I execute this command, how many servers it is going to ping? It is going to ping 2 servers. Let's see. See here, right? So now like that I have created the tab server, right? Keep this one. So copy. Now how many servers it is going to ping? One server. We are getting the error. Why? See, just we have created. So if you want to connect to that server, we have to use that username and pem file, or you can specify like this one, hyphen u username, uh, hyphen u username, right? Hyphen private hyphen key. Okay, so the pem file content we need to specify here. So already if you see here, so where we created host machines dot pem file, you can specify like this one. In this case it is going to work, right? So already we know, right? If you want to connect to that host machine from the Ansible server, how many ways we discussed it? How many ways we can connect to that one? Through SSH keys, through pem file, through username password, right? So you have to specify here how we can connect it, because dynamically we are getting, and right. So here we have to use that, specify the username and pem file. Let's see now. Execute this command. After that, now it is connected. See here, now it is connected. Earlier it was not connecting. So you may have questions, sir, how to remember all these things, sir? Sometimes we are using that Ansible hyphen user. Now here we are using hyphen u. Very simple, guys. So you can execute that Ansible hyphen inventory hyphen help. It is going to use that all the details. See, we use that hyphen graph. Create inventory graph if supplying pattern. Right. So if you want to display the list, you can use this option. So here we use that graph, right? Here we use the graph, right? So instead of graph, you can use that just list also. See, just execute this command. See, but it is displaying with the detailed information. You don't want to write all this information. Yes or no? So that's why we use that hyphen graph. Okay, see, output all host info. How it is going to use in that inventor script. So if you want specific host information, specify that one. Okay, see, one of the following must be used on the invocation, only one. Initially we executed how Ansible hyphen inventory hyphen I, this one we got the error, right? So they are clearly saying one of the following must be used on invocation, only one. So we used that graph, right? See here, Ansible inventory. Okay, so if you want, you can pass that vault answer, or you can pass that dynamically also. See, we use it, right? Hyphen hyphen ask vault password, or we use it that hyphen hyphen vault password file. Okay, so if suppose if the playbook you want to ping, if you want to trigger a playbook, so currently my playbook, and this dynamic YAML file in the same directory. So now how we can trigger a playbook? Ansible, the Ansible playbook. So hyphen I. Here you have to specify that playbook name ping servers.yaml. But here we are going to get some errors. Why? Because let's see whether it is going to work or not. If you see in one server we got the error, other servers it's triggered because 137 server we didn't added in we didn't like pass that credentials, right? So that's why it is not able to connect it. It is showing that unreachable, permission denied, we are not able to connect it, right? So in this case what you can do, you can specify that username password. So here is it possible we can execute this playbook in this particular server? Yes. So right now it is executing in all the playbooks, all the servers. Instead of that one, instead of going and updating, see in this ping servers that YAML file, we specified that the hosts all, but we can limit also using the hyphen L. So I want to ping only that app servers. Hyphen L means limit. Even though in ping servers.yaml that host, if you see, just execute cat ping servers.yaml. Observe here, hosts all we have specified. So by default it is going to ping all the servers, but my requirement is I want to ping the tag which are having app servers. So you can specify like this one hyphen L. So now how many servers it is going to ping? Only one server. So but here we need to specify that one like this one hyphen u username, right? That pem file we have to specify it. Copy here. Okay. Take this command. You can execute it. See, now it's connected. Sir, see, we are getting that output. Gathering facts, ping servers, it's connected. Clear, guys? So like this, dynamically we'll get it, and we can specify, we can limit that where we need to execute this playbook using this hyphen L. Hyphen L means limit. In one of the interview they are asked also. So dynamically we are going to get that all the inventory information, right? Is it possible to trigger a command or trigger a playbook in specific group of servers? Yes, using that hyphen L limit. Clear, guys? Anybody have any questions? So it is very important topic. Okay. So if we don't have questions, we can wind up. So that's all, guys. This Ansible. So tomorrow we are going to discuss that resume preparation. It's very important. So how we can prepare our resume? Suppose for working professionals, how we can showcase our current experience as a DevOps engineer, right? So some people, they don't have any prior experience. How we can showcase that experience, that gap as experience? Some people are working in another sector. How we can showcase that one as a DevOps experience? So all these things we are going to discuss how we can prepare our resume. So tomorrow class is very, very important. If you miss, you are not able to prepare the resume properly. Even if you learn also, you are not able to showcase in front of the interviewer. You are not able to clear the interviews, right? So some people are pinging me, sir, I prepared my resume, I have uploaded, I'm not getting the calls. So they didn't attended that resume preparation. They have prepared their own way and they are not getting the calls. Can you share with me your resume to my mail ID and I will check it? So it's very bad. The resume format is not at all good. Then how they will get that? So tomorrow class is tomorrow and day after tomorrow class is very important. So tomorrow class mainly I am going to discuss with you guys. So day after tomorrow we'll discuss with your queries. Okay. So day after tomorrow Thursday session is like just it's questions and answers. You have any questions you can ask with me. I'm going to answer. There is no recorded session for Thursday. I'm not going to record it. Okay, because some people are going to ask their personal career guidance. So I don't want to share with others, right? Okay, don't miss anybody tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.